run to the hills cause the end is near.
There was New Gold from the Gorillaz. Man, I still have to say that Nick Murdoch and 2D are like my favorite characters. I mean, actually, I guess Noodle would be a favorite too, but Russell as well. All four of these fucks are like the best. I love the Gorillaz. And, you know, for what it's worth, I really wish this band would have stayed a concept band instead of the now straight up collaboration group that they are. I mean, you know, back in the day when they started, they were definitely more of like an animated band. You know, now they're considered a visual band or a virtual band. And it's like, I mean, I guess virtual and animation, I feel like are very different things. Animation is more like drawn. I guess, you know, animated, you can say it's drawn out, whereas virtual is something that's just supposed to be 3D and it's supposed to be like, it's like here with you. It's kind of like that Simpsons episode when Homer gets stuck in the real world and he's all weird looking, but it's like, you know, that's what he would look like. It's like, I feel like it was so much better when they did it. The Gorillaz did it with like that song from the Now Humility when he's like skating around. It's like, you know, where it's the real world, but then they're in it animated. I feel like that just looks so much better and it's just so lively. I was really a fan of how this band was a more of a concept band originally, and because it just was like a staple of like the merging of genres and art, you know, artistic styles, you know, because it's an anime band with like a rock style group with like a British pop singer, but they also collaborate with rap artists. I mean, it was great. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, New Gold is a fantastic song, but they did it with Tame Impala. Of course it's going to be a good song. It really just kind of sounds like a Tame Impala song. But given that, I guess they have had some songs still of that same heavy electronic sound, I guess it kind of works. But it's unfortunate that the only bands and artists that they really do collaborations with are all these mainstream or random underground hip-hop artists that no one really knows of. You know, I mean, Humans was littered with artists, but it also has some of my favorite songs on it featuring people I actually know. I mean, De La Soul was in Moments, you know, you had Grace Jones in Charger. I mean, that was pretty cool, you know, but for the most part, all the other songs were just like super random. But I did like that one, Sex Murder Party. That was definitely, I would probably say, one of my favorite songs. And that had someone I didn't even know who it was. What's his name? Jamie Principle and Zebra Cats. Yeah, I kind of knew about Zebra Cats, but I didn't know who Jamie Principle was. So I was like, you know, half of the artists that they do songs with, I don't really look them up. I just kind of, you know, just go with it. So it wasn't until the Now when I heard, and I was like, okay, so this is kind of what the band is like. Like, this is what they've turned into, some weird kind of electronic band, you know. So yeah, it's a virtual band, so they have more virtual sounds, I guess. But I really enjoyed the heaviness of Demon Days and the original album of just, you know, more live instruments, and then have someone in it every once in a while. Fine, but I really wish they would have also went more with discovering more and showing us more of lore about the bands instead of just making all these books and stuff and these random like little shorts. I know that Damon and Jamie have had their like quarrels and stuff and had tough times, but it would have been nice if this Netflix show that they're supposedly making would have came out sooner. You know, they could have done a Flight of the Conchords style thing where they could have had episodes, right? And one song in the episode that has whatever's going on. And then at the end of the season, that's when they release the album and all the songs of that album. And it would have been great if they would have started doing that ever since Plastic Beach or Humans even. And Humans and Now and Song Machine, which pretty much was like, they tried to do that, but they did it in just like, you know, through the recording sessions, I guess you could say. But now with New Gold, it sounds like they're going back to Humans of just like, no, we're just gonna have fairly dope or okay songs that just feature artists that you know. I mean, the first single they released a couple weeks ago was Cracker Island with Thundercat, and that one was all right. I mean, I didn't really care for it as much, but I do like Thundercat, so I was like, you know, it's pretty cool. Like, they're definitely going to probably have some fire artists that everybody knows. I'm like, you know, I could see them doing like Neon Bridges, you know, because he had that song that came out like not too long ago, Let Yourself In or whatever. So, I don't know. But it's crazy that they wouldn't do collaborations with like Metallica or like, some punk bands or like metal bands or something, just to straight, like just to branch out their genres, right? Like their band is unfortunately is going to be the most known band of our generation, of like the millennial generation, I guess, because they have the easiest name, the Gorillaz, and they started they started their band in one of the most unique ways anyone has ever started a band, which was, it was an animated band. It was a fictional band. It was the coolest concept ever, but it just grew, I feel, over time into something more on the music end. But I think a lot of people would have preferred more of the artistic side of the art. But that's nothing against Damon, and it's nothing against Jamie. It's just, if this Netflix show does come out, hey, better late than never. And I think when they did Do Your Thing back in 2012 with James Murphy of LCD Sound System and Andre 3000 from Outkast and whatnot, and they did Do Your Thing, that was the perfect encapsulation of what I feel like they were trying and they should have done, because it was right after Plastic Beach, 2010. They did a couple of songs with artists. I mean, they did that song with Empire Ants, I mean, it was a really good album. So to go into Do Your Thing, it was super awesome. You had Andre 3000's character with the luchador mask, like hiding in the fridge and freezer for some reason. He was like a ghost or something, I guess. And then you had the LCD Sound System guy was like a baboon mailman. So you could have totally had like some whole story around that song. But I really wish they would have stayed on path with that. Like the minute Humans came out and I saw when they released the song Saturn Bars with the pop can guy, I was like a lot of people, I was like, oh shit, the Gorillaz are back. Like, this song is crazy. But I feel like a lot of people probably slept on it, but a lot of people that obviously knew who Popcan was dug it. But I didn't know who the hell that guy was, but I really dug it. And then when they released the artwork for it, I was like, all right, it's all like this weird 3D look. I guess I'm intrigued, but what happened to the anime look? Like, but that's just me. They kind of brought it back with the Now Now and Song Machine, but I don't know. I feel like they're gonna eventually leave it. And it's just so unfortunate. But we'll see how this Netflix series comes out. And hopefully, like I said, they do it with that anime, real world kind of look. And that would just be perfect. We'll see. But this has been Ghost in the Craig. Check out Cracker Island featuring Thundercat and New Gold featuring Tame Impala. They're pretty, just check it out. And I think their new album is dropping. So we got a bit of a ways to wait, and a good amount of songs probably they're going to release, because that's what bands do nowadays. They just release single after single after single, and when the album comes out, you're like, oh, I kind of heard all this already. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and peace.